Dear friends, and thank you so much for coming, new and old friends. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
A few words about Kate and Johnny.
Yeah.
Their backstory, their origin story. Before there is the care and the keeping of the husband, there must be the finding of the husband. In 2012, Kate moved to London. She was preoccupied with the sub-basement level of Maslow's hierarchy of needs. And she had little time to meet people. But she knew that theoretically she would like to meet people. And friends told her that she needed to go online and that this would yield results. I've already mentioned that she didn't have much time. After a long day of work and commuting and setting up the million things it takes to move to a new city and a new country, she was truly stretched. And she implored me to vet the dating site. And I would whittle down and curate a list of suitable mates. I was on the west coast of Canada, an 8-hour time difference, and I had lots of time. And so Kate began to introduce me to the ins and outs of modern dating sites. Effectively, Kate, resourceful young woman that she is, outsourced her dating or her relationship needs to her mother. Well, this turned out to be more difficult than we had anticipated. A number of the sites had firewalls to keep trolling mothers in other countries away. So the frustrations mounted. After a few futile evenings, Kate told me that I would simply have to sign up for the sites myself, and then I could peruse to my heart's content. I pretended to be reluctant. But secretly I was thrilled. What mother doesn't want to be in on the action? Signing up was relatively easy. I was required to only enter my gender and simply choose a name for myself. My handle was Monkey Pirate. And so, the honey trap was set. The inappropriateness of this still astounds me. I began binging on the dating sites, entering as my search parameters males between the ages of 27 and 32. I pleaded with Kate to let me take my research into the field. Like Margaret Mead. But she wouldn't agree to funding. Wow, what I found there was instructive and alarming. I looked at page after page of selfies taken in bathroom mirrors. I saw a lot of tattoos and a lot of bathrooms. I was so taken with one young man who wrote in his profile that he had many leather-bound books and his apartment smelled of rich mahogany. A few days later, I was surprised to see in another profile that another young man also had an apartment with leather-bound books and rich mahogany smells. Eventually, I mentioned this to Kate, and she told me it was actually a Ron Burgundy quote. But you guys knew that. I didn't. I would settle in and begin my search after dinner. Every time I found what I thought was a suitable match, I pasted the link in an email to Kate. By the time I logged off, Kate would be waking up in London with a freshly baked batch of boys in her inbox. I can't remember what strange algorithm I used to make my selections, but the whole exercise put a spring in my step. So Kate and I joke that I found Johnny, but truthfully, I didn't. Kate found Johnny all by herself on Guardian Soulmates. She gave him a nudge, and here we all are. Okay, so back to that dude Maslow. Maslow, his hierarchy, he placed love and intimacy only at the halfway point in the scale, just above safety and security. But here's what I know about that. When we are fortunate enough to meet a life companion, someone who has our back, who signs up to navigate life with us, and who draws the best out of us, someone who is essentially our best friend, this gives us the opportunity to do the work, to accomplish our goals, and to reach our potential, which according to Maslow means we're witty. Johnny, even if I didn't choose you, however you were procured, I could not have hoped for a kinder, smarter, funnier, and more patient or more interesting partner for Kate. And I am so happy and grateful that you are my son-in-law. I'm choking up on my own eloquence. So, dear friends, please join me in celebrating the journeys that Kate and Johnny took to reach each other, and to all the journeys that lie ahead of them together. I wish you the fullest that life has to offer.